Okay, guys, so I'm just jumping on here quickly because I'm just dying. Someone sent me a video just now, and some of you are not going to like me very much for this, but someone sent me a video just now because they know my view on, the particular subject that the video was talking about. And I was just so excited when I saw that video. I felt like, yes, I've been vindicated, because really, I've been thinking, there's something wrong with me. I'm a bit dysfunctional. I'm not like every other parent out there. I'm the odd woman out and all of that. And it turns out I'm quite normal. Not that I didn't know it before. No, seriously, guys. It turns out I'm quite normal. So what is my gripe? What am I talking about? What am I going on about? And what I'll do is I'll just drop this quick, live Facebook live video there on my page. And then in the comment box, I will include or I'll upload the video that I'm talking about. Now, guys, if I had $1, if someone gave me $1 for every time I heard someone come on Facebook or somewhere to say my child is my best friend, referring to their child, I would be rich. I would simply be rich. And I'm thinking, is there something wrong with me? Because I have never, and I probably will never think of my children as my best friends. And I'm thinking, there's something not quite right here. In which book does it say that your child should be your best friend? And I know some of you are going to ask me, in which book does it say that your child should not be your best friend? But really, guys, hey, look, there is a reason that the word parent exists. And there's a reason that the word friend exists. And there's a reason why they're spelled differently. Parent is a different word from friend. How on God's own earth is your child your best friend? Who is going to give that child boundaries? Who is going to tell them what to do, what not to do? Who is going to correct them? Who is going to be the authority figure? Who is going to guide them right? Who is going to tell them when enough is quite literally enough? Our jobs as parents, especially in the Western world where we live, I live in the UK, our jobs as parents is made more difficult, guys, by the environment, by the rules that we live by. In Africa, for instance, we say that, a child, belongs to the entire neighborhood, belongs to the entire village. So a child will be brought up by the whole village. So my son, my child, my daughter could be doing something wrong, and I'm not there to see them, or I'm not there to correct them. And my neighbor, or just some other parent, some other village member or family member, or anyone, any adult in the vicinity who doesn't even know whose child that child is, that adult has the right to correct the child. So that adult steps into the shoes of the absent parent and corrects the child. So you would often hear in Africa, say for instance, just as a quick example, a child is playing truant and is hanging around, playing in the village square or something, instead of being, in school learning. Another parent, a villager, fellow villager who doesn't even know who the parent is, might see that child and say, this is what you're doing. And your parents are sitting at home thinking you're doing this, that, and the other. They're sitting at home thinking you're in school. Now, and they would actually step into, I'm talking about really stepping into the position of the absent parent and demanding that child do the right thing, demanding that child maybe go back to school or go to work, go and do what it was that they're supposed to be doing. So I'm wondering, why is it that we are now more Catholic than the Pope? Why is it that when we come to the Western world, we are sometimes even, because I don't know if this is, I haven't researched it, and I don't have any close Irish friends to ask, but I tend to hear that the Irish are quite strict with the way they bring up their children. They don't settle for nonsense. So an Irish parent is almost supposedly, in the Western world, it is said that the Irish can be compared to possibly the, stricter people, stricter parents. Normally, like in Africa, parents are, strict to a certain degree. So our work as parents, my point is, our job as parents is difficult enough as it is. And the Western world, the rules, the regulations makes it difficult. And guess what? When the child goes wrong or something goes off, it's quite often, the parent who suffers. It's quite often the parent who is blamed. I'm just saying, children love boundaries. They want to be told what's right, what's wrong. And that's your role. That's your role in their life as a parent until the time they mature enough to be called adults. Why do you think it is more important for you to be your child's friend than their parent? Then who is going to play? I'm not saying you shouldn't be their friend, but let's play devil's advocate. They have friends at school. They have friends their own age. They have besties and they have not so besties. And you're adding yourself to that list. So who then stands? So there is a gap. And they say nature abhors a vacuum. You've left a vacuum in the place where parents should be standing, where parents should be pointing, guiding, directing. And I'm thinking, is it some kind of Western thing that it makes you sound posh and it makes you sound, I don't know. And I've been really thinking there's something wrong with me. I never, ever think of my children as my friends, best friends for that matter. I never, ever think of my children. I don't think I ever will. To be honest, my job in their lives is too important, way too important. My mom, until now that I'm an adult, my mom never treated me as her equal, never treated me as her friend. And really, guys, I can even understand if a child says, my mom is my best friend. In that sense, you can kind of feel that, okay, maybe that would mean that if something was going wrong or if they were in trouble, they would think of coming to mom first. They would take mom into confidence. They would confide in mom, and mom can probably fix it before it goes, really haywire, or things go really out of hand. So I can actually understand. No, Andy, I mean, the thing is, I'm vindicated. What's up? I'm in the dark. What's been happening? Okay. Oh, Andy, that's another matter. I'll come back to you on that. Okay. So my grouse, not my grouse really, because I'm really actually happy at the video that I saw. And I think that it is an ad, but really it was just so to the point for me that I had to jump on here to do this Facebook Live. And as I said, when I drop this Facebook Live, in the comment box, I'll just upload the video that has vindicated me. So guys, as parents, I think we should take more seriously our role, our job in our children's lives as parents, more than anything else. So if my daughter, and I'm talking about when they get to be maybe in their teens, 12, 13, 14, says, my mom's my best friend, I might not complain too much because I might think, okay, that's an impressionable age. So if something was going terribly wrong, or she had friends who were trying to, I don't know, if she had maybe poor friendships, if she's made poor decisions in terms of making friends, as something was going wrong, she would think of confiding in me first, because that's what I kind of think of when I think best friend. But other than that, for that adult, that parent to say that their child is their best friend, there's something wrong with that. It just doesn't sound right. My children will never, ever be my best friend because I understand what my role is. So someone sent me, because they know my position on this matter, someone sent me this video and I watched it, and I was just cracking up laughing, and I thought, what, I'm going to just jump on here and do a Facebook Live and then upload the video so that you guys can see it. It's nothing serious, it's a bit on the light side, but guys, it's important for us to take very seriously. It's a God-given role, and it's so precious, and it's so important, and it's so crucial that you don't want to put down your guard even for 1 minute. If you understand how a badly brought up child or a badly formed child now affects or impacts the whole of society, the whole of humanity, if every parent took very seriously their role of parenting, if every parent did what they were supposed to be doing, the world would be a better place. And seriously, that's simple truth. The world would be a better place. So rather than coming on Facebook and telling us how your daughter is your best friend and your son is your knight in shining armor, I'm thinking, what about your relationships? What about relationships you should have with your actual siblings, your brothers and your sisters? What about the relationships you should have with your spouse or with your partner? What about your normal friends? I don't get it. Do you not have friends at work? Do you not have friends at church? Do you not have friends anywhere else? That your child, whom you're supposed to be parenting, would now be your best friend. Guys, I just find it dysfunctional. I'm sorry. And every time I read it, on Facebook as a status. You know, maybe someone's wishing their child a happy birthday. Just say it. If the child is a good child that's giving you no trouble, that listens to what you say, that takes to correction, that's I don't know how to put it, that's doing well at school, mention all those good points. Then we would, all of us in Facebook would see, and we would applaud the fact that you are doing well, mom. You are doing a fantastic job. Because sometimes as parents, it's very frustrating. You do your best. You give it your all, and the child can probably still take wrong decisions. Ultimately, you can't do more than do your best. You can't do more than guide them, correct them. But my fear is when you are focused on being their best friend, then you're going to be getting in trouble. You're going to be getting them in trouble. They don't know who is who. They don't know who is the authority figure anymore. You give in to what they want, and you put your hands up every single time. So if there is an issue, you're the one who backs down for that child. I mean, it's dysfunctional. Yeah, Brandy is saying, my mom put me in the position of being her best friend. It was a burden that I was not mature enough to carry, and it introduced me to things I didn't need to know too soon. There you go, Brandy. There you go. And guys, just in case you didn't know, Brandy is my very good friend. She's someone I respect. We work together. She's kind of my coach in a particular field, and she is amazing. Seriously, Brandy is someone whose words and whose thoughts and ideas I value. And this is what she's saying. She's been honest enough to say her mom put her in the position of being her best friend. It was a burden she was not mature enough to carry out, and it introduced her to things she didn't need to know too soon. So ultimately, who has suffered? What's the benefit there? I don't get it. I don't get it. Why do you feel the need to see your child as your best friend? And guys, drop your comments. If you think I'm talking rubbish, if you think I'm overreacting, if you think it doesn't make sense what I'm saying, or you stand in that camp where your children are all your best friends and I'm the one who's dysfunctional, by all means, feel free, tell me, let me know, just so I can go back and reassess my position. Not that my position is ever going to change. My children are my children. I will parent them. I'm the authority figure. I will correct them. I will make sure that I play the crucial primary role in forming their character and make sure that the world is the better place because my child is in the world, because my child has received the training, the upbringing, the guidance that they should receive. And I believe that's my God-given role. Nothing else. Best friends, they will make best friends elsewhere. If that's what they want, they will make best friends elsewhere. It's not me. It's not my job to be their best friend. You know, so thanks, Ulo. Ola says, well said, Clara. Brandy says, my mom didn't know how to make other friends. That's why she relied on me for friendship. There you go. But Brandy, you agree that that's dysfunctional. So ultimately, guys, and I'm sure you must have struggled, you know, during that time that was going on. You must have struggled to try to be there for her, to try to be what she wanted you to be. But that wasn't your role. Your role was just for your childhood, you know, to be your innocence or whatever it was to be preserved, and for you to be allowed to be a child and to grow out of childhood, you know, in a natural way at your pace. It wasn't anybody's duty to force you into adulthood or thinking like an adult or supporting an adult, especially emotionally, that emotional support that we ask of our children when we say, it just makes me wonder, especially if you're just, if you're a married woman, if your son, your daughter is your best friend, I'm trying to picture best friend, you know, growing up in secondary school, my best friends, we shared all kinds of, you know, gossip, all kinds of details, you know, sometimes dirty details, sometimes inappropriate details that we might not share with somebody else who we didn't call our bestie. So I'm thinking, if your child is your best friend, is that what goes on? What sort of information, what kind of relationship do you share that makes you think of them as your best friend? So Brandy says, I actually had to sit her down and explain to her that this was not working and we needed to change things. I couldn't have put it better, Brandy. No, seriously, guys. So I saw this video. Actually, my sister sent me the video because she knows this is my pet peeve. And I saw it and I watched the video and I'm thinking, wow, you know, it was just so to the point. Nail was hit on the head and I felt vindicated. So I thought I'll jump on here and do this quick video, and I'm looking forward to more comments in the replay. You know, guys, share the video. I'm going to upload the vindicating video in my comments so that you can see it. And I'm out of here. I've got to cook dinner for my boys, my children, my sons. They're not my best friends. I have to make dinner for them. I'm out of here. I've just literally walked in, guys, and I saw this video and I thought I would jump on here and I will do this quick Facebook Live. It's a very interesting topic. I'm sure if I stayed on here, more people would jump on and more people will give their opinion. But basically, hello, Efe. What I'm saying here is, why do we feel the need? Efe, I know you have a little daughter, bright, smart girl. You know, is she your best friend? Is that your role in her life, for you to be her best friend? I don't think so, because she will have best friends her age, you know, and as the lady says in the video, which I'll upload shortly, if you are 30 something, 40 something, in your 50s, and your child is your best friend, there's something really weird. There's something really dysfunctional. You should have best friends your age. You should be having adult conversations and adult relationships and adult emotional dependence on those people. And the child should be allowed to be a child. You're not supposed to take your children into confidence. You're not supposed to tell them secrets that their young, innocent and impressionable minds cannot carry. You're not supposed to be gossiping with your daughter about your partner. Your partner is not supposed to be gossiping with his son about you. It's all a bit too much for me. I'm sorry, I can't stomach it. So that's my pet peeve. My children, not my friends. They are my children. I love them to death. I would do anything and everything to protect them. I would do anything and everything so to make sure that their character is formed in such a way that I can stand tall and I can congratulate myself and say I did a good job. Because it's not easy. You can do your best. You can put in your best and things could still go wrong, right? I mean, we live in a technology reading world. We live in a twisted world. The internet is there fighting against you. Peer pressure is there fighting against you as a parent. You know, every day I keep saying this is part of the reason why I want to free myself from the 9 to 5 and have freedom of time and location and make sure that my time is mine to do with as I please. Because every day when my kids, and they're just 6 and 8, every day when my kids come back from school, I often feel like I have to go into their brains and flush out everything that the world has put in there that isn't, you know, I'm often heard telling my children, you know, you may have heard this, but that's not allowed in our home. You may have heard this, but you're a child of God. You live by different standards. So and so may say this at school, but you don't bring it back into this home. I need to like go into their heads and do, you know, constant spring cleaning, constant flushing out of things that they watch on TV, things that they hear, you know, at school, things that they read, you know, inscribed on the wall, in the toilets at school, all sorts of things. So my children are quite conscious of that, and I'm grateful to God for that, because if my son sees something that's inappropriate written on the wall, you know, in the bathroom at school, it actually upsets him. The reason it upsets him is because he knows what standards we live by. He knows what rules we live by. So he would come home and that is gist worthy, as in that's the thing he's coming to tell me. Oh, by the way, mom, so-and-so did this or so-and-so said that when we were, you know, getting changed after school or after swimming, and, you know, so-and-so wrote this on the wall. So he knows. It's not like he's unaware of these things. He's aware, but he knows that that's the wrong thing to say or the wrong thing to do. So I clearly must be doing a good job. I'm not there yet. My kids are still, you know, I'm only just starting the journey. They're 8 and they're 6. But the point I'm making is your children can never, should never, ever be your best friends. You are their parent. They are your child. Guide them, love them. Loving them means doing right by them, teaching them, setting them straight, and making sure that their character is formed in such a way that the world will be a better place because they lived, because they worked through it. It's not about being friends. It's not about being best friends at all. That's my bit done. Guys, I got to go and cook dinner for my children, not my best friends. Look out for the video I talked about. I'll upload it in the comment section. Share this video, guys. No one even told me, apart from Brandy, who was quite vocal. Thank you, Brandy. No one told me whether, you know, they think what I'm saying is rubbish or I'm overreacting, or whether they themselves see their children as their best friends. Efe, you are not saying anything. Tell me, is your daughter your best friend? I know you love her. Ulo supported me as well. Ulo said, well said. To me, children, best friends. Ediri, you're not saying nothing? Come on. Your child is your best friend. I don't get it. I give hugs. I love. They kiss me. They hug me all the time. They are in no doubt that I love them to bits and that I will go to the ends of the world and back for them. But they're not my best friends. And I've got to go and cook dinner for them. Peace out. See you guys. Bye.